Eni Aluko has admitted she was wrong to suggest Ian Wright has blocked opportunities for female pundits in women's football earlier this year. The former Lioness respects Wright's decision to refuse her public apology and insists she made efforts to make peace with him in private. Aluko and Wright were caught in a storm in April after she pointedly remarked that he should be aware of how much space he takes up in the women's game. Now, in an interview with the Daily Mirror, the pundit, who has since returned to her role with ITV at the Women's Euros, has held her hands up. "I think I could have done better in responding to the question I was asked, and just keeping it as a general issue," she admitted. "I've always been the person, to be honest, to hold my hands up and say, listen, I got that one wrong. That was a mistake. If I had been on the other end, I would probably have felt the same." Aluko has been a target of abuse on social media, and in April won the first stage of a high court libel claim over a bitter online row with former footballer Joey Barton. A judge ruled comments Barton had made on X defamatory after he had accused his father of being financially corrupt and said she had been playing the race card. She told the Mirror, "The way to change some of these things in society where women are made to feel they don't belong in certain spaces is always to speak up about it. That's the only way you change it. If you bury your head in the sand and pretend like it's not happening, nothing really changes." In her Women's Hour interview in April, Aluko had said, "I've worked with Ian a long time and, I think he's a brilliant broadcaster, but I think he's aware of just how much he's doing in the women's game. I think he should be aware of that. The fact of the matter is, there is a limited amount of spaces available. If we had a situation where there was an equal opportunity in the men's game for broadcasters and coaches that there is in the women's game, it's a free-for-all." When asked to clarify if she thinks it is wrong for Wright, 61, to be a figure at the forefront of coverage of women's football, Aluko added, "I don't know about wrong, but I think we need to be conscious and we need to make sure that women are not being blocked from having a pathway into broadcasting in the women's game." Wright launched a podcast alongside Steph Houghton last year about the women's game and regularly speaks about it with Kelly Cates on the BBC. After Aluko offered her apology, her said in a social media video, "I have to talk about this week and what's going on. I don't want to endlessly be asked about it. So for me, I always give back to the game. It's given me so much. It's never bothered me about who's playing the game, as long as they're playing the game. If you know my story, you'll know how much football means to me. We are the country that invented modern football, so we have a responsibility to lead the way in women's football. We men are the ones that banned women's football for 50 years, so we have to hold that one. I need to say to everyone who has spoken about it publicly and showed love and support, I say thank you. It's something I do not take for granted."
She's had with me and my management. So for me, I've seen the apology on social media, but I can't accept it. But I also want to move on from it. For anyone watching this, I really don't need any further social commentary directed at anyone on this. But the thing about where the women's game is that it can't be about individuals like me. It has to be about the collective. And because of the past, we know the men blocked the women's game for 50 years. Because of the past, and the game has serious systemic challenges, and it's going to take, I should say, everyone to help fix it. So for me, I'll always give back to the game. It's given me so much. I was with the Tenemy girls team last night, and the vibes were great. I've got to post a picture of them, otherwise I'm going to get in trouble from them. So I'll do that later, because I promised the girls that. But anyway, let me not digress. It's never bothered me about who's playing the game, as long as they're playing the game. If you know my story, you'll know how much football means to me. And when you think about it, we are the country that invented modern football. So we have a responsibility, a greater than most, to lead the way in women's football. We men, like I mentioned earlier, are the ones that banned football for 50 years. So we have to hold that one. But I do need, I've got to say, to go to the gym. I've got to go to the gym. I'm going to leave it there. I'm going on too much. But before I go, I need to say to everyone who has spoken about it publicly and showed love and support, I thank you. It's something I do not take for granted. And I've never felt quite as emotional this week seeing so many of those public